Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be another IEM review, this time of the Aful Performer 5. Not too sure how to pronounce it, but I'm sure a lot of people will make jokes in the comments that it is pronounced awful. But I do want to say that the IEM is far from that. It performs extremely well for music-related purposes, entertainment-related purposes, and for gaming it will be joining the Wallhack certified tier list, and I'll get into why. And in this video, I'm going to be implementing a new system, a new ranking system, where I kind of point out how I feel things perform in-game for what we're looking for competitive features. Separation, imaging, soundstage, depth perception, verticality. All of those things are going to get ranked for an overall score so that you can kind of visualize how one thing would compare to another on the Wallhack certified tier list. Before we get into that, what are the Aful Performer 5s? These are a hybrid IEM with 4 balanced armatures in each side. The balanced armatures, 2 of them are handling the mid-range, 2 of them are handling the upper range, and then there's 1 dynamic driver in each side handling the lower region, your bass, your sub-bass, and overall just a beautiful looking IEM with an awesome design here on the faceplate. It's like a magma rock with golds, oranges, and silvers. Aful is written in gold on each side, and it is a 3D printed, lightweight, really form factor black resin shell that just looks really nice with the coloration of the faceplate. The cable that is included is really nice. It's lightweight and does not tangle easily at all. And in terms of just the weight of this, it's just so lightweight and form factor for having 5 drivers in each side and a PCB, new tech inside that's connecting everything up. It feels extremely comfortable for long duration of use in game. The nozzle, what they refer to as the fish mouth nozzle, it is a little bit extended as well and narrow. So anybody with narrow ear canals, you should have a pretty good fit here with the Aful Performer 5. And if you guys are grabbing a pair of IEMs for gaming related purposes, I'm sure you're going to want to take them for a spin in music as well. Maybe you end a long stream and you want to relax and chill and listen to your tracks. For $220, the Performer 5 is one of the best IEMs in its price range. I think that the hybrid configuration here performs extremely well in the mid-range, providing very lush and great texture to instruments in that range. I think that some tracks felt a little bit bass boosted, other tracks didn't, which was a little bit interesting, where there should have been a lot of sub bass, but the sub bass again is fast, it hits you hard, and it's very lush. A lot of tracks you get that feeling of that sub kind of being that vibration in your throat and the back of your neck. It's an IEM that male vocals sound absolutely fantastic. Female vocals sound absolutely fantastic. The only thing I wish was a little bit better is the upper region, the treble. I think cymbal strikes could have felt a little bit more crisp, a little bit more accurate, a little bit more clear, and other things in like that upper harmonic region. But overall, for this price range, it is just such a solid performer. And rest assured, if you're done after a night of streaming and you want to chill, listen to some music, these are going to perform so well for you. They just sound absolutely fantastic. And my favorite portion of the video is being able to talk to you about how they sound in game. And I'm going to break the ratings down into different categories: separation, imaging, depth perception, and verticality. Starting with verticality, running around in Valorant and running around in Apex, you definitely get a perception of what level somebody is on. I think that verticality is fine on the Afuls. You get a nice 3D perception if you're in a building like in World's Edge, what floor in particular somebody is on. If somebody takes a grapple or a zip line, you get a good perception about how high they are above you. When you add a little bit of a layer of too many things going on at the same time, so separation, you definitely lose quite a bit of that perception of verticality. So without anything going on, I would give probably verticality a score of about 8.4 out of 10. When things are going on and get a little bit muddled, it would probably drop to about an 8.2. But pretty damn good for a sense of perception for verticality. In terms of Valorant, there's absolutely no issue whatsoever. When somebody's above you in heaven, you get a really good perception that that person is above you at height and about how high they are. So I would keep it at about an 8.4 for verticality for Valorant. In terms of depth perception, so how far somebody is away from you in Apex Legends. So if somebody is shooting in R301 on a different team, and let's say you're behind a rock, behind a mountain, what type of a perception are you getting about how many meters that individual is away from you? I would say that the depth perception on the AFOLs for Apex is about an 8.0, and I would say that the depth perception for Valorant is probably around an 8.3. So you get a really nice sense of depth perception, but it could be just ever so slightly more accurate so that when you're ready to pop up and shoot, you have absolutely no fuzziness on precisely where that person is away from you. It's very good, just doesn't get to that level, again, of the Raptgo or the Dunu Vulcan. In terms of just overall imaging, where people are around you precisely, Valorant and Apex are both very good. You get a really nice experience here in terms of where precisely somebody is behind a wall, where somebody is coming at you from an angle. I would say still, again, not quite as good at the level of the Raptgo, HBB, Hook X, or the Dunu Vulcan, but I would say the imaging here would get about an 8.3 for me in both Valorant and Apex. Getting to separation. Separation is really the big one here that kind of is the biggest letdown. It's worse in Apex than it is in Valorant because in Valorant, as you do have that 5v5 scenario, there's not quite as much going on in scenarios in Apex when there's just third party, fourth party, fifth party. But in Valorant in particular, if you're shooting a Vandal, the footsteps around you do kind of get drowned out. If you are performing any action yourself, it does take away from enemies that are kind of walking up on you, but you still hear it. I would give the separation as abilities are going off, grenades are going off, and you're shooting. I would give the separation in Valorant about an 8.3. In Apex, when too many things are going on and everything is getting quite muddled and you're trying to listen to people at height, you're trying to listen to things going on around you, I would score them about a 7.8. So a very good experience in terms of competitive audio, a very good experience in terms of how they sound in music. The only limitation here that I think sets them further down the list compared to something like a Dunu Vulcan, a Raptgo Hook X, HBB in particular, is the separation. Everything else is very good. Just those little moments in Apex, I think it just muddles a little bit too much of it out, whereas things like the Hook X, even the Oracle MK2 and the Dunu Vulcan remain something that is very clear, interpretable, and precise. So guys, that is it for the Aful Performer 5. I think the price is really good for this IEM. It sounds absolutely great for music for the reasons I stated before. And for gaming, it gets a solid average score between Apex and Valorant of an 8.2. So definitely a good performer. And I know I haven't rated the other IEMs on the Wallhack tier list with this system. I will do that in the future videos that will come out. I will have a video of the new Raptgo Hook X HBB compared to the regular OG Raptgo Hook X. But the Raptgo as well as the Dunu Vulcans will still remain above the AFOL. I think the Oracle MK2 will either land just above or just below. The difference, though, the Oracle MK2 definitely requires a heckload of a lot more power. The AFOLs are definitely easy to drive, but that's about where the Aful Performer 5 will land on the Wallhack tier list with the new rating system. I hope it helped, guys. If it did, please leave a sub to the channel. I know we kind of gloss over a lot of these issues, get the opinions out there, but if anybody has any questions, just let me know in the comments. Peace.